attractiveness of a person and perceived credibility. Somebody link that in a research question for me.
Well, the attractiveness of a person.
Latanya, you want to help?
How does the attractiveness of a person perceive credibility? Or will the attractiveness? Will the attract of a person determine your perceived credibility?
Increase?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So we'll say, does the, maybe let's see, we'll say the attractiveness of a person, maybe we say influence?
Yeah.
Oops, singular. We'll say his or her perceived credibility.
Yeah.
Y'all like that one?
Yeah.
We okay with that? Now, if you wanted to, you could specify the relationship here in your research hypothesis, your HA. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to start with a research question and I want you to bring it all the way down and don't complicate it, right? So for right now, let's use the KISS rule. What's the KISS rule? Keep it simple, stupid, right? So just keep it simple, not stupid. Y'all aren't stupid. Okay, so let's say, remember we're just gonna flip this, right? We're gonna say the attractiveness of a person, we can say will or does influence his or her perceived credibility. We're happy? Somebody give me the null.
There is no relationship between the attractiveness of a person and perceived credibility.
Good. There's no relationship between the I keep trying to misspell this, of a person and his/her perceived credibility. Good. What's our independent variable? What's our IB? Are we sure? Attractiveness of the person?
Yeah.
Everybody agree? Good. Attractiveness of a person, because we think that that's having an influence on the dependent variable, which is perfect, perceived credibility. That's what we're measuring, right? Are we done?
No.
Not nearly, right? Okay, what do we have to do next? And what is that called? Conceptualization. Conceptualization, good. Okay, so we need to conceptualize, I guess first should we do attractiveness of person? Okay, attractiveness, ooh, this is gonna be fun. Attractiveness, I keep trying to do that, of a person is defined as,
Would it be like, do you want like specific, like, so you know, like, defined as someone with brown eyes?
well, that could be an indicator, right? So she's asking, would it be something like having nice eyes, right? That would certainly be an indicator, but how would we define attractiveness of a person?
Physical looks and personality.
So we're gonna include personality, so she said physical looks and personality.
Maybe their outfit.
Well, you guys are doing indicators. I mean, y'all are gonna be so good on the indicator portion of this. Give me a definition though for attractiveness. Yeah.
Attractiveness of a person is defined as characteristics that pleases another person.
Okay, I like where you're going. So maybe the overall, or the,
Appearance.
it's done as having a pleasing appearance. Would that be kind of general and specific enough? Yeah. Okay, so having a we'll go with that, a pleasing appearance. Is that concrete? Not at all, is it? Do we need indicators? We really need to actually operationalize this. So how would we measure a pleasing appearance? So nice eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, so nice eyes, what else?
Good teeth.
Sorry,
Good teeth.
good teeth?
Good hygiene.
Nice smile. Usually I have to pull this out of y'all. Y'all are like going, nice smile. Somebody said good hygiene.
Pretty skin.
Is it I before E? Yeah, right? Nice skin.
Nice personality.
You would.
Oh, wait, not that. Never mind.
I mean, we could. It's our operational. I mean, do you think can a really good personality make somebody more attractive?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it in there. I know it helped my husband. He has a very pointed head. I think he might have been dropped when he was a baby. What else makes a person attractive?
Good. Your breath.
Breath?
You can. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What about that whole symmetry of face thing? You know, that's like how they get models, right? Because their faces are like perfectly symmetrical, meaning that this cheekbone's not higher than the other one, and this eye is the perfect measurement of the other, right? We did that. We actually did a research study with Bonnie Berry, where we looked at perceived credibility of victims and their attractiveness. And we did like face symmetry. We measured it with face symmetry. It was pretty interesting. We'll just add it up there, just to please me. How about that? Okay. Are we done with this? Well, let's kind of go through it. Just because someone has nice eyes, does that make them attractive?
No.
No. How about just because they have good teeth?
No.
No. How about nice smile in and of itself?
No.
Good hygiene in and of itself?
No.
Nice skin in and of itself?
No.
Good personality?
No.
In and of itself? Face symmetry in and of itself? No, right? But if we add them all up, we take them all together, do we begin to indicate attractiveness?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in and of themselves, the indicators do not indicate attractiveness, but if we kind of take them all together and start adding them all up, then they do seem to operationalize that concept, right? Now remember, can we make a statement about each one of these?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can make our own little mini hypothesis, right? How we think these indicators relate to our concept. So we could say, a person who is attractive will have nice eyes. A person who is attractive will have good teeth. A person who is attractive will have a nice smile, and so on and so on. And those are called our empirical hypotheses, right? Empirical hypotheses tie the indicators to the conceptualization, right? And you won't have to do empirical hypotheses for the exam. So that should make it. Are we done with this?
No.
What do we have to do?
The other one. Using appearance.
Yeah, so we gotta do for the purposes of this research, perceived credibility is defined as, yeah.
His profession or his or her profession.
Do you think that's a definition of perceived credibility, or do you think that's an indicator? He said profession.
Indicator.
Probably an indicator, right? How would we define it? Like if someone said to you, pretend you have a 5-year-old and they said, Mommy, Daddy, what's perceived credibility?
Check your dictionary.
What would you say?
I say something wrong with that.
Go, yeah, go look it in the dictionary. That's what my mom used to say, but we didn't have online, so when she said go look at a dictionary, I had to haul out this big book. Or if she said look it up in the encyclopedia, there was like 20 big books, right?
Did you have the whole set though?
We had the whole set.
Nice.
It was a blessing and a curse.
I mean, that beats having to go to the neighbor for J through Z.
The library, yeah, we
Yeah.
actually used to go to the library.
Maybe reliable.
Okay, do you think that being reliable makes you also credible?
It could be an indicator.
Yeah, more an indicator,
More of
right?
an indicator, but like credibility.
Yeah.
If you define credibility, it's like truthfulness.
So displaying some knowledge or whatever. I just like basically just what am I trying to say? Displaying some knowledge of something with credibility.
So you know what I do in times like this?
Google.
I ask Google.
That's what I'm doing.
What's Google say? Well, how
Um,
does Google define credibility?
it says the source of credibility hold on, this one's not okay. The extent to which information source is perceived to be believable, competent, and trustworthy by information recipients. That's hard to explain to a child, though.
You know, sometimes you just want to beat Google up.
Yeah.
You said the quality of being trusted and believed.
Okay, all right, I like it. Defined as the quality of being trusted. Oops, what am I spelling? I get crazy though when we start writing. I do good at first and then I get crazy. Trusted, and believed. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. So, what makes somebody credible in your eyes?
They don't lie.
Trustworthy. Tell the truth.
So they're truthful. Okay.
Ambitious.
Hmm.
Ambitious.
Ambitious.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Most definitely.
Ambitious.
I need a bum. I need to take care of him.
Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
Self-sufficient.
Yeah. So they're kind of their own self-reliant, right? Their own self-sufficient, self-reliance.
Caring.
Caring. What else? What else makes somebody? Now let's go back to yours. Their profession, right? I mean, let's face it. Somebody might be really knowledgeable working at Starbucks about, I don't know, geopolitics of a specific area, but, I mean, are you gonna listen to the Starbucks worker, or are you gonna listen to the expert from the university on the news?
Yeah.
Right? So profession, does actually come into it, right?
Language used.
Sure, they articulate. You know what else makes people perceive credibility, even if it's not, it may be misplaced? If somebody has a whole bunch of money,
I didn't want to say that, so somebody else said.
you were
something about
like, oh, I'm gonna say that,
self-sufficient.
and I'm gonna sound shallow. Money, where people try to, they instantly give people who have a lot of money credibility, right? So we'll say money.
We don't know who they is, but we know they got money.
Okay, so truthfulness in and of itself, does it give you credibility?
No.
Ambitiousness,
No.
knowledgeable,
No.
in and of itself, self-reliance,
No.
in and of itself, caring,
No.
in and of itself, profession,
No.
right? So on and so on. If we add them all together, do they begin to indicate credibility?
Yes.
Yeah.
But couldn't truthful be, like, it can be by itself, because technically, like, you're trusted if you're truthful?
I think you can be truthful and not trusted.
Yeah.
So I think you can be truthful and just really not give off an air of confidence, right? We should probably add confidence to this, right? Because
Yeah.
somebody who's confident usually has that quality. Okay, let's just do a couple of empirical hypotheses just to drive that home. So, a person who has perceived credibility will be truthful.
Yes.
A person with perceived credibility will be ambitious.
Yes.
A person with perceived credibility will be knowledgeable.
Yes.
Okay, good. I think you guys got that. I don't know, I see a furrowed brow. Okay. So our empirical hypothesis is really, these hypotheses, they're just statements about what we think this particular indicator's relationship is to the concept. We're just making a predictable statement, right, about how we think those two things are related, the indicator and the concept, right? So the empirical hypothesis then ties our indicator to our conceptualization. How we doing?
Great.
Want more?
Yeah.
The more we do now, the less you do at home, right? Okay.